Archicad tip of the week today is working with the organizer and the organizer within the navigator. So first off, what is the organizer? So the organizer works very much like your navigator. The difference is that the organizer shows two navigators side by side. This allows you to move views automatically on the layouts, or to move layouts automatically into the publisher set by simply dragging and dropping or creating shortcuts between these two, because you can easily see the information side by side here in the publisher set. So it's a very powerful option to use, and particularly when you're trying to manage information within your project. So here's a good example of how you get to it. So first off, if you want to open up your organizer palette, you can either go to the Windows menu, Palettes and Organizer, or the context menu command, which is in the navigators, that little sprocket that you can see there with the red outline, dash outline there. If you click that, it will automatically open up. So you can click this sprocket right there. It'll open this up, and then you can see this is going to be where you're going to manage that. Looks like this got shifted slightly. But the organizer modes here, you can kind of see very similar to what you have in your navigator. You've got the project map over here. We've got the view map next to it, the layout book, and then we've got our publisher set. Over here, very similar. The only thing it doesn't show here on the right-hand side is the project map. And that's because you're anything from the left side here, you're going to drag over to the right side. So the project map is not shown here because the project map, again, is just a default. Whereas the other three are ones that you can customize. Then we have our editor mode here. So we have our editor mode over here. And then once we go over from our editor mode, or I should say, once we open up the organizer, you'll see that it does change to show view editor, not just like view map or project map or anything like that. So right now we're in the organizer and we're actually editing the view. That's because we're in the view here, and we're also in the view here, and you can see that we're editing between the two. If you click the project map, you'll also enable the ability for you to turn on and off and change, I should say turn off, to change dynamically the view settings. So for example, I can go over here and select a layer combination, or change the scale, or any other information I want to do. In other words, I can use this to kind of quickly change information within my organizer within this view. Okay, then we have the layout editor mode. And what's nice here is that you can actually take, when you're in this mode, my views from over here and drag them onto the layout. So rather than me having to do it one by one with each layout, I could actually very quickly go over and just take this view, drag it on this layout, or take the second floor, drag it over to this one, take the third floor, drag it over there. It's a much faster way to kind of get stuff started. And then you can go to the layout to more customize exactly where that view is on the sheet. But it just allows you to quickly drag views onto layouts and get this started, and we'll really save time doing it that way. And you kind of see once you drag down here, you now see that view is now part of the layout, and you can now go to the layout and start to edit it. Publisher set's kind of similar, right? So I could take my layout book, which we can see over here to the left. So here we select the layout book. We can see that. And now you'll remember earlier I talked about that the publisher set, has two levels, right? So you can select the layouts to PDF. I can start to drag over from the right-hand side the layouts that I want here, or I can select the top level here. I can add a shortcut. And the advantage of adding shortcut versus dragging and dropping into the layout and to your publisher set is that if you add any additional layouts, any additional folders, move things within this particular design development folder, it will automatically do it over here as well. That's why the shortcuts are best to use if you want to keep the information updated and not have to go back and change it each time that you update something. And then also you can use this with an external Archicad project. This is really powerful too. So for example, if I wanted to be able to show a project on the left-hand side here, and then be able to take information from this project and move it into my current project I have open, then what I can do is I can click the little sprocket, browse project, and then go select the project. And then what you'll see is now the project shows over here on the left-hand side of my organizer. I can then go to the right side of my organizer, and I can move information from the left to the right. So as you can kind of see over here, we can kind of move information over from this particular left-hand side here of the project that I have open. I can move that over onto a sheet. And I can also see when I click the button up at the top, the little 3 bars, that it shows that I currently have my project name active. That's what's showing on the right-hand side. And the NLR resident project is open here on the left-hand side. And so it shows it shows which one's active and which one is the external drawing. But you can kind of have those side by side, which can be a really powerful way of bringing in and linking information to a current project. Okay, so that is our tip of the week.